day, Africa. Welcome to another episode of the CGC show on AATV. AATV is the voice of higher education in Africa. We are coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities here in Accra, Ghana. My name is Adjoa Omie and I am your host. Today we will be talking about insurance brokerage as a career. I have my guests here in the studios and I'll introduce them after the break. Big thank you going out to GD Makeover GH for my makeup and Akosia Collections GH for my outfit. The show is proudly brought to you by the Association of African Universities. You can join in the conversation by following us at Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube, AATV Official on Instagram. We'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, you are watching the CGC show on AATV. And today we will be discussing insurance brokering as a career. I'll give a brief about my guests in the studios here. I have here with me Sheila Wristberg, who is a chartered accountant, financial services professional who works at the intersection of risk management, taxation, financial consulting, and startup management. Having started her career as a consultant in a Big Four firm, Sheila has close to a decade experience working in the professional services industry, specifically in the fields of insurance, taxation, risk management, and business consulting, and has provided both local services and international services with advisory services across a broad spectrum of industries. She's currently the MD of iRisk Management Limited, a boutique insurance brokerage and risk advisory firm. I also have here with me Mr. Kofi Okoampah Akoto, who is also a chartered accountant. He's the general manager of Akoto Risk Management. I will give you the platform to introduce yourself better.
All right.
Mr. Akoto, yeah.
So I'm a chartered insurance broker.
Okay.
Yes, and then an associate of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana and then UK. Currently the public relations officer of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana, a member of the institute, and then that of the Insurance Brokerage Association, where we are both members of IBAC, that is the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana.
Okay.
I'm also a trained engineer.
Yeah.
A mechanical engineer. I work with a number of companies, VRA, Coca-Cola, Liquid, before joining the insurance industry some 18 years ago.
You've been in the industry for long.
Yes, so I did just brokering from scratch. From scratch, yeah.
So you didn't practice your medical and your mechanical engineering?
I did engineering for about 3 years, doing attachment, and then full-time 1.5 years.
What do you think influenced you to join the insurance industry?
Well, I'll say it was my dad who got me into his of blessed memory. He got me into the insurance industry, where he realized that I had this thing for sales and marketing.
Okay.
So I was working as the second assistant production manager at Liquid, where we produce gases for industry. And as part of our activities, we go out to sell. So when they went out, we, the engineers, and then the technical people were left in the office. But you realize that I was able to, articulate more when I came home, and I realized I was advising the salespeople anytime they went out. So I started wearing tie and shirt to work, where others were wearing T-shirts and overalls. I was wearing tie. When I went to work, I would change over and do everything. And I wash down again, wear my tie, and then come back. So I told him I wanted to do something in marketing. He said, we are in a marketing establishment at Akoto Risk Management, and you want to do marketing. Why not come and join me? So I was brought in from the year 2003 to 2004. And I've been there since.
How has the journey been for you?
Oh, it's been interesting. It hasn't been easy because For you to be a broker, you need to have a broad spectrum of knowledge. It cuts across all walks of life. All walks of life. No matter where, from medicine, being law, being an engineer, a teacher, whatever. It cuts across all walks of life because we advise. But before I can advise you, I need to know about that of yours. Otherwise, then what advice am I giving?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Sheila Wristberg, you are also a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
So why insurance?
Okay, so for me, insurance was an option that I looked at.
Okay.
I was in the business school, University of Ghana Business School, and after my second year, we were supposed to choose electives.
Okay.
And for me, it was between banking and finance and insurance. But I happened to have the opportunity to have an internship in one of the insurance companies, and I changed my mind after that and went into banking and finance. Well, I changed my mind because I didn't get the opportunity to grow. It was an internship where we just used to sit around basically doing nothing. So I didn't get to learn anything about insurance, and I was like, okay, you know what, let me try banking and finance.
Okay.
So after school, I worked at Price Waterhouse for a little, for about 5 years, and I got onto the board of iRisk. It was a new firm back then.
Okay.
We were just in the system for about a few months, but I was on the board and I was advising more on the financial side of things.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation that I kept having with them because I just kind of picked up the insurance, and I think I kind of liked it.
Okay.
So when we were recruiting for a managing director, at that time I was also ready to transition my career. So I was like, okay, you know what? I've already registered for the professional course. This is an industry that I think I want to be in, and that's how I got into insurance.
And how has the journey been for you?
It's been a great experience for me so far. Insurance allows you to, at least insurance brokerage, and when you're in the brokering section, it allows you to, like Kofi was saying, interact with a lot of people across a broad spectrum of industries, because some of your clients will be in the oil and gas field, others will be in mining, someone will be in the services industry, banks. So, and you also, even if you are doing retail, you are talking to individuals as well. You are advising people who are, some of them are single, some of them are married, some of them are older, younger. You're trying to advise everyone on what package best works for them.
Okay.
So it's been an exciting experience. I love it so far.
Impressive. I would want you to tell Mr. Akoto, I would want you to tell me, when we say insurance brokering, what does it mean?
Okay, so insurance brokers basically are professionals within the insurance industry. These are people who have gone through training over a period of time and have experienced what it is to insure a property, an individual, a group, a company, a conglomerate. You know, that's why we said that it cuts across a wide spectrum.
Yeah.
So after working with all these people for a number of period, you tend to have that kind of experience. And not just experience, but that insurance experience. Because insurance is also another discipline on its own. It's a whole professional program. So you tend to study and understand certain rules, certain principles that we work with. And it cuts across the various lines and where it applies. But then there are certain places where it tends to change as you go along. And brokers within the industry work for our clients, basically. And we work with the insurance companies, but not for them.
Okay.
We work with them, but for the clients. So if you come to me as a client or as an individual, a company, an organization, and I'm working with you, I'm representing you. Between me and the insurance company, I am you.
Okay.
Once I face the insurance company, I am you.
You are not representing the company.
I'm not representing the company. When I come to you, I am the insurance company.
Okay.
And you are still you. But then it is what you want that I do. I will also need to advise you on the tangent which we are going. For instance, you want to say you want to buy health insurance, okay, and you want to cover everything, including things that are not covered. I should be in the position to tell you that, for instance, you cannot cover yourself against HIV because of A, B, C. You cannot cover yourself against, say, organ transplant, or you can have that cover, but you will need to pay this or that. There are certain things under the national health insurance that are not covered under private health insurance. That's just about health insurance. When we talk about, say, motor insurance, a lot of people know about motor insurance. Okay, I should be able to advise you on the various lines of cover. That there's third party fire and theft, there's comprehensive, and these are the rules that govern all these. Then you tend to make the decision.
So
when it comes
to
claims, yes, we advise. In addition to that, we also help you in the claims process. There are certain terms and conditions within the policies that may not immediately come to your understanding. Even when you read it, you may not understand. We should be in a position to be able to advise you that these are what the terms mean, and this is how it will benefit you, or this is how it will be detrimental to you. So those are the things, the nitty-gritty of certain things that do not immediately come to your understanding. Now we tend to explain to you for you to understand.
Okay. So you have spoken about advising clients.
Yeah.
But Sheila, you mentioned a lot about sales. How do they correlate?
Okay, so before you can even get the client to advise, you have to pitch yourself as someone who is professional and someone who understands their needs and who also understands the insurance market and can get them the best cover at the best price. So that's when the sales comes in.
Okay, so you need to market yourself.
Yes, as a broker.
Yeah.
But you work under a brokerage or what? How do you call it?
So we have individual insurance brokering firms.
Okay.
So she works with iRisk. I work with Akoto Risk. So I need to market Akoto Risk. She needs to market iRisk. But in our marketing, we are selling. So that's the sales aspect of it.
Okay.
So somebody wants to be an insurance broker, work there. One of the things that we look out for is the sales. We want a lot of sales people. They go out to sell the company and what we do. So what distinguishes us from each other is what we tend to stand for.
Okay.
So, for instance, with banking and finance background, you look at, I'm not saying that is what they do, but you tend to, you have a broad spectrum of knowledge when it comes to banking and finance in that area, advisory in terms of finance area. Let's say with my background, I also have knowledge about industry, manufacturing, when it comes to factories, factory workers, and those things. So I'll be able to have a better understanding in that line and be able to advise them more. But it doesn't mean that she cannot advise or we, because we tend to work hand in hand under an association called the Insurance Brokers Association. So we know the professionals within the industry. There are lawyers, there are doctors who are all part of the industry. So when it comes to areas where there's some sort of litigation, you have to go to court, and there are certain terms, that has come in that we don't understand. We need the lawyers. We tend to bring in those who understand the law to interpret it for us. We also understand. Then you can also be able to help your clients out in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aside marketing yourself, pitching your what you do to people, what are some of the skills that students or people who would like to be insurance brokers, what are some of the skills they need to have to be able to become one? Sheila? Okay,
so I'll just want to add something to what Kofi was saying earlier about marketing. What he was saying was, apart from, I think we have to distinguish between insurance brokerage firms and then insurance agents, because we have brokers and we have agents. Agents are individuals who also sell insurance products. And when it comes to agents, there are some agents that are tied to specific insurance companies. So maybe someone can be an agent for ABC insurance company, and that's the only product that agent would sell. And there are some agents that might sell for maybe 3 or 4 companies. For the person who is selling just for one company, most of the time they are pushing the product onto you. because when they come, they have to make a sale. But when you come to the brokerage side, there are multiple. We are more of companies, so individuals are not really brokers. It's a brokerage company.
Okay.
There should be about 90 brokerage companies in Ghana. So
Registered.
if people are thinking of
Wow.
registered brokerage, so if people are thinking of that as a career, that means you have quite a pool of companies
Yes,
that could
yes.
hire you. And for the brokerage firms, we go beyond just selling to people. Apart from selling, like Kofi was saying, we have to advise you on the policy. So we know your business. We know that. So even within a brokerage firm, there could be people who are specializing in just life insurance. There could be people who are specializing in maybe marine insurance. Someone might be doing just claims.
Okay.
Someone might be doing health insurance. Someone will be doing general insurance, but specialized in the mining industry. Someone will be doing specialized in financial services provision. So even within that, there's a big firm, but people specializing in different things, so that no matter what kind of clients that comes up, we can advise accordingly.
Okay.
So most of the times, with a brokerage firm, you have chartered brokers, insurance brokers. You have other people who might even be chartered in other fields. For instance, mine is accounting.
Yeah.
But someone might be chartered in maybe, there are even people who are technical engineers, and then they've all come together. They've all come together. So let's say we're going for a meeting. We are meeting, let's say, a mining firm.
Okay.
That engineer is going to sit in the meeting. So they understand the technicalities of the job, and they also understand the risk involved.
Okay.
And they understand the insurance aspect as well. So we can advise the person that this is how your business goes. These are the risks associated with the business. These are the products on the market. This insurance company A has this particular product that will suit you. B has this product. C has this product.
Okay.
We can talk to, and these are the prices they are charging for those products.
Okay.
But if you want to go with this person, we can even let them add on certain things that they originally don't have. So basically, we try to tailor products to suit
your client.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very, very good thing.
Yeah.
I would want you to tell me how you diverted from engineering and you from chartered accountancy to insurance. I mean, in terms of education, the formal education aspect. But I would want us to do that after the break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. It still is the CGC show on AAU TV, and we have been discussing insurance brokering as a career. My guests, Sheila Wristberg and Mr. Kofi Akoto, has helped us talk about how they moved from accounting and engineering into the insurance industry. I would want you, Mr. Akoto, I'll start with you. I want you to take us through the education that you had.
Okay.
After your engineering course, what form of education did you have before you ventured into the insurance industry?
Okay, so when I joined Akoto Risk, I joined as a clerk, or what you call management training level, at the management training level, just like anybody who has come out from school. So first degree, and then I entered. So when I entered, I registered with the Chartered Insurance Institute of UK. That's the overall mother body, outside Ghana. And I started writing my papers. So there are various levels. There's the certificate level, there's diploma, advanced diploma, and then you charter.
Okay.
And then when you charter, then you can go up to do your fellow. All right. So at various levels, there are a certain number of credits that you need to get. For instance, at the certificate level, you need about 45 credits. That means you're writing 3 papers. That gives you 15 credits each. And then you move on to the advanced diploma level, which I think is about 90 credits or so. That's the diploma level. Once you are done with the diploma, you move to an advanced diploma. That's about 105 credits. So these stages, the certificate level is usually objective thing. So you would study the basics about insurance.
Okay.
Basically learning about insurance principles and then the insurance practice.
Okay.
Okay. Then various lines that are very common, like motor insurance, household insurance, those kind of things, very, very, very basic. And it gives you an introduction into the next level. When you get to diploma, this is where you are getting to, say, intermediate or middle level management. That is diploma. So diploma will give you more of subjective kind of questions to write.
Okay.
Okay, so a little objectives, a little subjective.
Okay.
There's that balance there. Then when you get to advanced, that's why you write a lot of essays. Because now you're going to speak your mind.
Yes.
So the question is one statement, two statement, or a problem question. And then you write
Okay.
what you have learned from this period at the advanced level.
Okay.
Once you are done, depending on the number of years you have within the industry, you may be able to graduate to become a chartered insurer, because per the number of years, you may also write certain papers that will they will examine and then grant you. So this one is awarded. It's not automatic that you become a chartered insurer.
Okay.
It's awarded. So once you get to that stage and you are at associate stage, you'll be now called into the member of the association.
Okay.
So that is where you become the associate.
Okay.
Then when you become the associate, then the chartered is conferred. Once you write a paper, let's say you have seen that a certain line of insurance has a certain defect, or you introduce something new into the insurance industry.
Okay.
Once the mother body accepts what you have brought, they receive your paper that you've written, and then it's conferred on you.
Okay.
And it also graduates you to the fellow. So fellows usually come with new things altogether. So it's like a doctorate, sort of.
Yeah.
When you get to the fellow, yes, it's like your second degree or your third degree, sort of. Then that's why you call the Oga Kwata Kwata. I mean, it means you are there when you are, Otherwise, after practicing 15 years after your charter,
Okay.
yes, that can be conferred on you, depending on the line of business where you find yourself. Let's say you are a managing director, or maybe you are like a general manager, and then you move to managing director, and certain policies that you have put in place can be, vetted and see that, oh, these things have been good for the insurance industry, and then you can branch into that side. Apart from that, you can also go to the insurance college here, which we have in Ghana, Ghana Insurance College, which is also under the Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana, where you write various papers from the various levels, and then charter when you are done.
I would want Sheila to tell us about it. Did you go through the insurance college?
So I've done some courses at the insurance college, and I'm also doing the UK one. So maybe
It's a
I'll
combination.
give you.
You need to do that too.
No.
No.
I took a different route.
Okay.
So with the Ghanaian one, they also have the certificate courses. So you can do the certificate courses in the Ghanaian industry. They also have the diploma, like Kofi was saying. So that's what I did. It's in collaboration with the Malta Institute of Insurance. So you do your certificate. I didn't have to do the certificate because when you have a degree, you can just go straight and do the diploma. So that's what I did. And then at the same time, when I was writing, because I was a chartered accountant, I got some exemptions. So I applied to the UK to do the advanced.
Okay.
But I'm also doing the advanced with the Ghana Institute. So I'm trying to get it on both sides.
Okay.
But that's something that's also doable. And some of the credits are transferable. So you can even use some of the credits from Ghana to transfer to the UK. You can also use some of the credits from the UK to transfer to Ghana at the advanced level.
Okay.
So that's also an option. It kind of shortens the time that you spend studying.
Okay. So how long does it take one to become an insurance broker? Or even a chartered one, let's say from after secondary school, you go through to the tertiary level. How long can it
so
take
if
one?
say you went to tertiary and you did insurance as a full program, like in a business school, you tend to come to the diploma level. So it saves you from certificate, and then you are part at the diploma, and then you write a few papers to get to the advance.
Okay.
Okay. So that one can take you a few years. Depending on you, you can do it in 1 year. You can do it in, say, 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I started from scratch. So between 2014, I finished all these levels. I chartered in 2012.
2014.
from 2004.
Four.
Yes, took me 8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes, because at that time we didn't have the college here. We didn't have the
Okay.
insurance
You have to
college
do
here, so we had to
everything.
do everything out there. You buy their books and then study. Sometimes with the supervision of others, if you are studying your own, depending on how you understand, you write and then you feel right and feel before.
Okay.
I'm not saying this to discourage people because it depends on your understanding.
Okay.
But as we were writing and we're failing, we were getting better understanding when we were passing.
Okay.
By the time I got to diploma, I had a better understanding of what I had been failing earlier on.
Okay.
So from diploma to advanced, I didn't feel, those are even the difficult part, but I didn't feel any of my advanced papers.
I see.
But when I thought I knew too much, you study the whole thing. For this one, objective, tick. So just tick quickly and then you want to finish because sometimes in the exam room you see somebody that you think you know more than the person that's finishing and you're sitting there. And by the time your people, results come, it's not like it is in the exams room. Yeah. So when you do the degree, or if you have other degree from other areas, especially with the business lines, it helps to shorten the time.
So you recommend one reading business at the secondary school?
Yes, you can come in with economics.
Okay.
That makes you more focused.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier for you to pass. For instance, if you come from the business school, I know UGBS for now. They get some exemptions if you want to do it in Ghana with the Ghana College. You get some exemptions for your papers. So you might end up doing the diploma. I did a diploma in 6 months. You can actually finish the diploma in 6 months. And then if you also do the advanced diploma with them, you could finish in a year and a half. So that kind of shortens the entire time to, let's say, 2.5 years. You're done with your diploma and your advanced.
Okay.
But then, like you were saying, the degree is awarded. So you must also show some work experience. So it's not just about writing papers. It's also
you need
about
to have work experience.
You have to work in the insurance industry to be able to actually be awarded the chartered status. Or you just have it. If not, you just have the paper, but then you won't be awarded as an associate, right? Yeah. So
I see.
So you can have an advanced diploma, but you will not be admitted into
the college.
Yes, because you have just come. People start working and because they think they have the degree, they should be made managers. No. You should show that you are able to manage a team.
Okay.
You should show that competence before is given to you.
Then it seems this particular career path is actually quite flexible.
Yes, it's very flexible.
But why is it not out there? It's not out there like the other career paths like law and the medical profession. It's not out there. What do you think is wrong?
Medicine is medicine. Insurance is insurance.
Okay.
But then we have specialized, let's say those who do specialist orthopedic, specialized pediatric, those who do psychiatry. Those are specialized areas
in medicine.
So, exactly. So broking is also a specialized area within the insurance part.
Okay.
You understand?
So why is the insurance itself not out there?
No, insurance is out there. But what we know in insurance mostly is about motor insurance. That is even within the urban areas. When you go to the rural areas like the villages, when you talk about insurance, it's about health insurance.
Yeah.
They just say insurance. But insurance is also very, very broad. It's very, 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 very broad. And it cuts across. See, anything that you do, any venture that you are in, that will bring you money. Okay? Should you lose that thing and it will cost you lots of money, then you can insure it, provided it is legal. That's all about insurance. Once you are in a legal venture and that thing is bringing you some sort of income money,
you need to insure it.
Yes, you need to insure it because when you lose that thing, it's going to cost you, and you need to get that money back. And that's why insurance companies are there. So they give you that guarantee that if you should lose this accidentally, we'll be able to pay for the cost of the loss.
I see.
And to add to what Kofi was saying, I think insurance is really, everything is about demand and supply. So you're saying why is medicine more popular? Because there's a demand for it. So people know that I can become a doctor. But when it comes to insurance knowledge in Ghana is very low.
Very.
So because of that, generally people do not even know about insurance. those who know about insurance don't know about insurance brokerage, because insurance brokerage is always a very, it's quite specialized. Most people would know about just the insurance companies. They might know about agencies, but people don't even know that there are brokers that can make your life easy. So what they know is that insurance is something that I never get my money back. But then if you have a broker, definitely when there's a claim, you're going to be served properly. So I think it's a matter of there's quite a lot of education being done there, but then society itself makes insurance something that, for instance, in life insurance in the north, it's quite difficult to let people even ascribe to life insurance because people feel like we don't talk about death. So you can't even sell life insurance. Health insurance, someone will say, I don't get sick. So because insurance kind of is mitigating against an unforeseen event that is most of the time a misfortune, people don't even want to address insurance. So it makes it, for some funny reasons, the same people will still go to the doctor. When it comes to insurance, like how are you going to take care of a debt when it comes, because misfortune happens all the time. You never know when you will need, something will happen to you and you have to replace it, or you need money that you don't have anything to fall on. And that's when insurance comes in. So I think generally our society doesn't let us talk about insurance to begin with, for us to even start considering careers in insurance. So it's something that...
And to talk about broking, it is something that was not introduced into our society very early. You know, broking came in around the year 1969, around where the Insurance Act was promulgated. You know, so in 1969, where the word brokering entered our market here in Ghana. Meanwhile, before then, in the 18th and in the 14, whatever, when, you know, law, you had lawyers, we had doctors, you know, pastors, and all the
teachers,
all bringing
everything.
it from outside Ghana. So around 1969, when it entered our market, we had some British insurance broking firms coming down to Ghana to see the possibility of establishing here. But then around that time, we established SIC, that's State Insurance Corporation. That was, you know, acting on behalf of the government. So they realized that it wasn't going to be profitable for them to, you know, work here, and so they left. So they didn't establish a brokering firm. And so SIC was the sole, you know, company that was acting on behalf of government, and they were the people doing insurance, not even in individuals. And then around that year, that was in fact in 1962. So it was around 1969 that some Ghanaians came together to form a brokerage firm. That is the first insurance brokerage firm that was formed. And then that was established in 1969. Then the second brokerage firm, that was our company, was set up in 1973. So you can see the number of years. They were there, I think, about 4 years before Akoto Race. So that was Marine and General M&G Insurance Brokerage. And then Akoto Race came in 1973. And then the rest also followed. It was years after, before even the association was formed. About 15 years after, before the association was formed. And all this while, we were on the quiet because we were not even getting our brokerage. That is the income we get from servicing our clients. What the agents will call commission. That's what we live on. So whatever transaction that we do, in the insurance transaction internationally, that portion that goes to the broker or the agent is always in the premium. So whether you work with a broker or not, whatever premium that you pay has already been taken care of. So that whether you use a broker or not, that portion that goes to the fees that is charged, that goes to the broker or the agent, in this case the intermediary, is always there. So you tend to lose when you don't work with a broker than to go direct. That's what a lot of people don't know. Yes. Wherever in the world, wherever. So in when you go to Britain and then other, you know, outside world, in US and the rest, Canada, you hear a lot more of the brokerage because the one who is going to the insurance company does not want to be cheated. And also always want to make sure that
he's under somebody.
Yes, like, and then his claim is paid.
Yes.
And as soon as anything happens, they call the broker immediately. And the broker, being a professional, immediately will act and ensure that whatever it is the need that he has promised the client will be paid when that event, that insured event occurs. And again, let me state this. A broker who is a professional individual or a professional brokerage firm, just like Sheila said, can be sued by the client. Because just like a lawyer advises you or an accountant advises you, if that person advises you and that advice given you goes wrong, you can sue the person. The same way you can sue the broker.
Wow.
But you cannot do that to an agent. Because the agent usually, like, again, Sheila said, works for a particular entity, an insurance company or an insurance brokerage. But he's acting on behalf of
the company.
that person. But the brokers work on their own. So that's the distinction. Whilst you can hold a broker responsible for that act of advice given you, you cannot totally hold the agent in that sense. So we tend to separate ourselves from them.
Agents,
I think that's quite a challenge.
Yes.
What other challenges would you like to talk about, especially when in terms of people, in terms of the education? What are some of the challenges that students are likely to face? You mentioned about students facing failing some of the courses when they start.
Yes, that was a challenge to me because we were learning on the UK market. We were learning things outside Ghana. And for me, I was applying what was happening here. For instance, let's say our practice of motor insurance here was quite different from what happened in the UK.
Okay.
So you read the books and you are like,
you can't relate.
You can't relate. And okay, so I've read a thing. I think I understand. So when it comes to motor, I've been doing it in the office, so I know. So you meet a typical scenario, but it's outside your terrain. Let's say, how can you leave your house for about 30 days? You know, it hardly occurs in Ghana. I'll leave a whole house, nobody occupies it. So occupies liability, there's something like that. But it doesn't happen here. Definitely you need a house up or security person to stay in the house, to look after your house whilst you have traveled. Then you face something like that in examination and then you don't know you know. So in the first attempt, when you have not read to understand what actually happens and then the rules and regulations that, you know, governs those things, you face exams and you don't know what to write, so definitely you will fail. Then you go and read about that area again. This time you get a better understanding, so that next time when you see it, it will not pass you by. So the second time you pass and pass very, very well.
Yeah.
That's what happened to a lot of us.
Okay.
But now, the Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana has been able to bring it home to write the courses to suit our environment. And this has been done together with the Ghana Insurance College. And so now we have courses or exams that are written that suit the local content.
Okay.
So it's not that difficult like
anymore.
Some of us, you know. Because when I entered the industry, there were only 5 chartered insurers. At the time, we could count them and we knew them. There were about 5, only 5 chartered insurers around the year 2004. And anytime somebody chartered, it came in the newspapers. It was very much published, the person's age and how long it has taken the person, you know. And for those we came to meet, it took them about more than 10 years to even get to diploma, you know. And we had to learn from them and certain mistakes that they did that we are not supposed to do. And so now we also tend to advise those who are behind us or those coming up not to follow certain mistakes that we did, because now it's very easy. Now we have a whole lot of them. Over, it's uncountable. It's uncountable.
Okay. Sheila, did you encounter any challenge, any personal experience you would want to share?
Nothing off the top of my head, but I can rather talk about how the insurance industry is receptive to, you know, yesterday was International Women's Day. And I'm a women's advocate, so I'll always advocate for my own. But I can talk about how the insurance industry is quite receptive to women, because it's not every industry that you can have women have positions and even be supported the way the insurance industry is supported. For instance, if we take the top, so right now I'm talking about the insurance industry in totality. If you take the top insurance companies in Ghana, that's Enterprise Insurance Company, both Enterprise Life and Enterprise General, their MDs are women.
Okay.
The president of the Ghana Insurance Association, she's also a woman. She's also the MD of Ghana Union Assurance, which is also part of the top 10 insurance companies.
Okay.
We have the president of the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana. She's a woman, and she also owns an insurance brokerage. So there are so many opportunities in the insurance industry for ladies,
Women,
especially.
okay.
So if there are any ladies who are interested in joining it's a great career. Once you are not afraid to put yourself out there to market, once you're ready to learn the technicalities of the job, once you are willing to help people solve their problems, to consult people, then it's a great career path for you.
Okay.
So I would say no barriers to entry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me add to the women's, because I tend to speak for the industry when it comes to insurance institute issues. There is also CILAG, the Chartered Insurance Ladies Association. That's very supportive when it comes to women or ladies' affairs within the insurance industry. So where it cuts across. So far as, you are a chartered insurer or somebody who is coming up and you show the potential, they will give you the necessary support. And they are very, very organized and very, a very powerful force to reckon with within the industry.
Okay.
So I'll give you.
We have a segment called Ask the Experts, where people send in their questions so that I read them out to you to answer. I have a few questions here. One person says, which techniques would you use to expand your client base? I would make you, Mr. Akoto, answer that.
Well, with techniques, it depends on the line. Maybe we didn't talk about those. Let's say if we are looking at, say, manufacturing, manufacturing looks at various industries, but how many of them do we have here? So if you want to expand that base, it becomes quite some way. I mean, you need to have a lot of marketing strategies in place in order to be able to expand. But then apart from looking at organizations or corporations as a whole, we do not leave the individual clients out. So usually, basically, we tap into the underlining policies, that is motor insurance, and then through there we tend to, generate more clients from there, because somebody having a car may have a house, okay, and you haven't been able to build your own house, depending on that kind of house, may have your own company. So that company also becomes part of my portfolio, and then we tend to put them together and then grow from there.
Okay. Where do you see the insurance industry, especially in Ghana and Africa? Yes, I would make Sheila answer that.
Okay, so right now, there's a lot of technology being incorporated into the selling of insurance. People who did not have access, who did not used to have access to insurance products now do, even with their mobile phones. For instance, we have certain insurance companies collaborating with the telcos to now sell insurance. When you buy credits, you actually have a little portion going towards insurance. So I think that's where the industry is moving towards, where there'll be a lot of insurtech innovation. And even as brokers, we are also trying to innovate within that space. So a lot of us are trying to use more make our more technologies. So we have our websites where people can just go online, just put in their policies, and then they can actually just put in their details. They can buy policies online. There's also even when it comes to claims, right now people are becoming more aware of the fact that they can claim on certain. So we are also trying to make things easy, so you can just call a helpline, get access to someone to help you with your claim. So in the future, I see insurance as exciting in the future, because we are going to be using more technology to deploy for to people. There's more education on insurance now. There are different forms of insurance. There's cyber insurance that's in the market, and even with the whole after now Africa is a free trade area, so we can now see insurance companies in Ghana moving into other jurisdictions. Enterprise Insurance, for instance, Enterprise Life launched in Nigeria last week, and we can see even brokers. Kofi and myself will be going to Sierra Leone and Gambia very soon. But there's going to be more collaboration. There's going to be more people to insure. There's going to be, even for instance, brokers in Ghana can now collaborate with brokers in, let's say, Kenya. And if we have a common client, we can collaborate on that business.
Okay.
So I think the insurance industry is going to be a very exciting one in the future. And
Great.
anyone who is interested in joining
Yeah.
it will not be disappointed if they do.
Great. Akoto, your final words to people who would want to venture into insurance
All right.
brokering.
So in brokering, just like we said from various the discussions we've had so far, there are main lines of businesses. There's the life, there's non-life, and then I can add health insurance.
Okay.
Apart from that, there's also reinsurance brokering. Okay, so apart from what we do as individual or business to business or
Okay.
business to customer, B2C, there's that relationship between the insurance company and a bigger insurance company, which we call the reinsurance or reinsurer. That insures the insurance companies. So apart from the insurance companies taking the risk, they also insured that risk with another insurer. And that also in between them is another broker. And that market is also developing in Ghana.
Okay.
Before we used to have only one. Now we have about 3 or 4. And it's still developing. So anybody who wants to enter into the market, it's very open. It's very
Okay.
wide. Because the insurance penetration in Ghana, as at the last time, we were just hovering just about 2% or less, about 2%. And the market, so far we have just a little. When we talk about the African market or the world, we have only covered about 5% in terms of life insurance. And there's about 95% to be covered. So you can imagine,
Yeah.
if it's about the whole of this, my finger, that is the market, you have only covered just this chunk.
Okay.
And there's the rest of here. So those of students or whoever wants to enter into the insurance market, it's very wide.
Yeah.
But you need to study.
Yeah.
And you need to pay attention to detail. And if I should borrow the tagline of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana, we say professionalism, integrity, and excellence. And you cannot be a professional in any circles without knowing or mastering that art. And integrity is very, 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 very important. Once you lack integrity, you are out of the game.
Okay.
And then excellence. At least with these two, you are sure to be excellent in the area that
Yeah.
you tend to find yourself.
Yeah.
And you do very well when you come into the industry.
Great, great. Thank you so much for joining Mr. Kofi Okoampah Akoto
Yes.
and Sheila Wristberg. Thank you so much for joining me on the show to discuss insurance brokering as a career.
You're welcome.
Thank you too for tuning in. We have been discussing insurance brokering as a career. If you have any questions, any suggestions, you can send them via social media platforms at @A_TV on Twitter, Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube, and at AATV Official on Instagram. Don't forget to send in your questions also, and you have them answered. The show is proudly brought to you by the Association of African Universities. My name is Adjoa Omie, and I'll see you next time.